My beloved child, pause for a moment and feel the gentle hush of my presence flowing through your heart. For I am here with you right now, longing to pour love and comfort into your spirit, ensuring you recognize that you have never been and will never be abandoned, no matter how empty or distant life may seem in the shadows of your worries. I ask you to trust me, to lean upon me, and to place your trembling hand in mine, so that you may find the courage to stand when all else feels uncertain. I watch you breathe every breath, I see your steps each day, and I hear every silent longing in the quiet recesses of your soul, because I am your steadfast companion, your unwavering guide, and the source of eternal hope that never grows faint. Even when you feel the world pressing down, and when burdens seem to multiply with each turn, remember that my love for you is vast beyond comprehension, encompassing every weakness and every flaw, soothing your spirit with the promise of eternal acceptance. Therefore, cling to me with every fiber of your being, for I am the one who knows the depths of your heart, and I promise to lead you toward the light that you so earnestly seek, reminding you that your future is safely cradled in my hands. Do not allow the doubts of yesterday to drain your strength today, nor the anxieties of tomorrow to cloud the hope that shimmers in your heart, because I stand guard over you like a shepherd protecting his cherished flock, ensuring that no harm can ultimately defeat you. I ask you to invite me into every hidden corner of your life, even the ones that feel too painful to reveal, for I already see the wounds and scars you carry, and I offer healing that transcends all human understanding. Release the chains of guilt, the weight of shame, and the oppressive burden of regrets, and welcome my grace into those tender places, for only in relinquishing those weights can you truly soar toward the destiny I have planned for you since before you took your first breath. Rest in my arms, for my embrace is gentler than the sweetest lullaby, and my gaze upon you is filled with tenderness and mercy that outshine all the darkness this world tries to cast upon you. Let each beat of your heart resonate with the assurance that I, your loving Father, guard your path with divine power, shaping events and orchestrating blessings you cannot yet imagine, urging you forward with both strength and serenity. I know how often you question your own worth, stumbling through days when your efforts seem to bear little fruit, and you wonder if your life matters at all in the vastness of this universe. Hear me clearly as I proclaim, you matter greatly to me, and I crafted you with a unique purpose that no other soul can fulfill. For each of your qualities, each of your talents, and even the struggles you face, weave together a masterpiece of my glorious design. Do not underestimate the power of the light I have placed within you, for I have appointed you to be a beacon of hope to those around you, and I will strengthen you whenever you feel like faltering. You need only open your heart to my gentle prompting, submit your worries into my hands, and trust that I can turn even your greatest trials into triumphs that reflect my boundless love and grace. Let your soul drink in the reassurance that I am here, guiding your footsteps, illuminating your days, and wiping away the tears that weigh heavily upon your eyes. And as you rise each morning, I ask you to remember that I am renewing your spirit, granting you fresh mercy, and bestowing upon you the strength to take hold of the blessings that await on your journey ahead. Know that I have watched you from your earliest moments, celebrating each hopeful leap of your heart and grieving with you in every heartbreak. For your experiences, both joyful and sorrowful, matter profoundly to me. My beloved, open your spirit and feel the pulse of my divine love coursing through your life, for I have chosen you as my treasured child, a vessel crafted to display my unending compassion to this world. Though storms may rage, though nights may seem unending, and though pain may distort your vision, do not let fear command your steps. Instead, anchor yourself in my promise that I will remain at your side as your shield, your shelter, and your unwavering friend. The words I speak to you now are not empty platitudes, but everlasting truths that stand firm beyond the shifting sands of time. For I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and my word will never fail. Receive this message, my precious one, as the blueprint for a new dawn, for I yearn to bring you from doubt into faith, from sorrow into joy, and from weariness into a rest that surpasses all human comprehension. And so, let your heart sing with anticipation, for I am about to unfold blessings and revelations in your life that will inspire awe, comfort your spirit, and assure you that the horizon ahead gleams with my promises just for you. My beloved child, I want you to truly sense how valuable you are in my eyes, for I crafted you with tenderness and intention, breathing life into your soul so that you would shine forth my glory in ways only you can. Never doubt the uniqueness I bestowed upon you, because you reflect a facet of my majesty that no other creation can replicate. Your voice, your talents, your passions all combine into a singular melody in the grand symphony of existence. Each time you wonder if you matter, remember that I designed you to be a beacon in a dark world, a living testimony of kindness and humility that points back to my unending mercy and grace. Stand tall in the knowledge that I formed every detail of your being with infinite precision, knitting you together in love and infusing purpose into every fiber of your being, long before you took your first breath. Whenever your mind whispers that you are not good enough, not strong enough, or not worthy enough, silence those lies by clinging to my truth. You are my cherished child, and in that identity, you hold a value that transcends earthly measures. I see the wonderful potential that resides within you, waiting to bloom as you step further into my plan, and I smile at each courageous step you take, even if you think it is small or insignificant. Believe me when I say that none of your efforts are hidden from my sight, and each loving act, each gentle word, and each moment of compassion you offer carries more power than you realize. Many times, you might feel overlooked by those around you, as though your voice is lost in the clamor of busyness and ambition, but rest assured that I hear you, I celebrate you, and I uphold your name in heavenly places. Your thoughts, your dreams, and your tears do not go unnoticed, for I am the one who gathers each tear, storing it like precious jewels, a testament to how closely I hold your heart. Trust, my dear child, that I have placed incredible gifts within you, gifts that will flourish when nurtured by faith, commitment, and a deepening relationship with me. And in due season, you will see the incredible harvest that emerges from the seeds I have planted inside your soul. Never underestimate the power of your testimony, because what I accomplish in and through you can uplift countless others who yearn for hope. You may sometimes wonder if your story is too ordinary, too riddled with mistakes, or too overshadowed by pain, but I assure you that in my hands, every piece of your journey can be redeemed to reflect my love. Just as a mosaic is formed from shattered fragments of glass, so too can I transform every broken moment in your life into a radiant masterpiece that points back to my enduring kindness. That spark of faith within you is far stronger than the storms that try to extinguish it, and even if you falter, I will not let you stumble beyond my reach. Know that your uniqueness, your worth, and your story hold the potential to proclaim a message of hope to those around you. For I am weaving your life into a tapestry of redemption far beyond what your eyes can discern today. I also want you to recognize the fierce joy I feel each time you choose to draw near to me, even in the smallest acts of devotion. When you pause to whisper a prayer in the midst of your busy day, when your voice lifts in songs of worship despite the heaviness in your heart, when you simply say, "Thank you" for the breath in your lungs, know that these moments ignite gladness in my heart. I made you for divine fellowship, and each time your heart turns toward mine, you fulfill a sacred part of your design, shining my light in your world. Reflect on how I rejoiced when the prodigal son returned, how I delighted in David's songs, and how I sustained the prophets through trials untold. In the same way, I am rejoicing over every whisper of love you send my way. Whenever discouragement tries to tell you I am distant or disinterested, push that voice aside by recalling my faithfulness throughout history, for I remain the same God who parted seas, healed the blind, and conquered death, and nothing can separate you from my eternal love. Do not let the currents of life sweep you away from your true identity, which is firmly rooted in my grace. Resist the temptation to compare your life to others, for I have written a unique story for you that does not hinge on their timelines or definitions of success. When envy or self-doubt creeps in, run into my arms and let me remind you of your immeasurable worth as my child, one loved beyond logic or limit. Step into each new day with the confidence that I have already gone before you, preparing good works that align perfectly with the gifts I have sown in your heart. Take comfort in the truth that I orchestrate every thread of your existence to magnify my glory and your eternal joy. And as you continue on the path I've set, you will discover how every puzzle piece of your life fits together into a grand picture of my handiwork. Let your spirit rest in the wonderful assurance that you are beyond priceless, and the more you lean on me, the more abundantly I will reveal the depths of my passion for you, ushering you into a higher plane of faith and fulfillment. I urge you to hold tightly to this affirmation of your worth, especially on the days when the mirror of self-reflection seems dim or the voices of criticism echo loudly. You are meant for extraordinary things, not by human standards of greatness, but by the heavenly measure of love, humility, and unwavering devotion to the truth. Place my promises above all else, remembering that I, your Creator, have the final authority to speak destiny over your life, and my words never return void. Wherever you walk, carry the knowledge of your divine sonship or daughtership as a shield against the adversities that seek to belittle your value, and dare to believe that I am unfolding a purpose through you that will astonish not only yourself, but also those who cross your path. Rest deeply in my embrace, my dear one, and be comforted. Your life is precious, your days are significant, and I delight in calling you my beloved treasure, now and forever. Stand firm in this truth of your God-given identity, for the world may attempt to define you with its shifting and often harsh standards. In contrast, I see your essence clearly, unsullied by the labels humans might impose, and I want you to trust in my discernment above all. When you place your self-worth in my hands, you allow me to nurture the gifts I have entrusted to you, to fan the flame of your passion, and to draw out strengths you never even knew you possessed. Keep your eyes on me and let your heart find rest in my constant affirmation, because I cherish you unconditionally, extending an invitation to walk in peace, purpose, and the knowledge that you are irreplaceable in my divine tapestry. Hold this promise close to your heart. I am with you every step of the journey, lifting you when you stumble, championing you when you rise, and celebrating every moment you spend, acknowledging the immeasurable love I have set upon you. My beloved child, I see the weight you carry deep within your heart, the silent burdens that rarely find an outlet in words, and I want you to know that I fully understand every struggle you endure. The moments when worry lays its heavy hand upon your chest, pressing you down until you feel you can barely breathe, those moments are not unseen by me, nor do they diminish the preciousness I see in you. I watch you wrestling with questions about your future, anxieties about finances, doubts about your relationships, and the gnawing fear that you might not measure up to the demands placed upon you. Yet through it all, I remain by your side with unwavering devotion. This world often brings trials and disappointments that can lead you into dark corners of despair, But let me assure you that my light can pierce even the most shadowed corners of your heart. I urge you, do not lose hope, for I am working in ways you cannot yet perceive, and I am never distant from your pain, no matter how isolated you might feel. I recognize the nights you spend awake, thoughts racing, as you wonder if there is a way forward that aligns with the longing of your soul. It is in these lonely hours that I whisper my love most tenderly, reminding you that I have already charted a path for you, though your eyes might not fully grasp it in this moment. When your tears flow, think of them as a language of prayer that my heart hears even more clearly than spoken words. And remember that I collect each tear in a bottle, treasuring your vulnerabilities and recognizing your earnest cries. In the same way a potter shapes clay through pressure and refinement, I use every challenge you face to mold you more fully into the masterpiece I envision. Do not think that your sorrows are for nothing. Rather, trust that I am weaving each difficulty, each hurdle, and each sorrow into a higher purpose that will ultimately reveal my love and power in your life. Believe me, one day you will look back upon these trials with gratitude, seeing them as the catalysts that brought you closer to my heart. I want you to bring every hardship you bear into the safety of my presence, for I am eager to carry what weighs you down. Consider how a shepherd tenderly lifts the weary sheep across rugged terrain, ensuring that the flock does not falter, and understand that I want to do the same for you. Hand over to me the burdens of heartbreak, fear, guilt, and disappointment, and allow me to trade your load for my peace, which surpasses all human understanding. You do not have to stand in your own strength, for my arms are wide enough and strong enough to hold you through every storm, providing refuge when you feel battered by the winds of adversity. When you feel at your weakest, that is when my power is made perfect within you, sustaining you in ways that transcend human logic. Take courage, my dear one, and stop punishing yourself with the relentless demands of self-reliance. Instead, run into my open embrace and receive the solace that flows freely from my heart. Yes, I know that there are situations in your life that seem insurmountable right now, and perhaps you've wondered if I am truly listening or if I have overlooked your pleas for help. Child, believe me when I say, I hear every cry, and I know the precise moment to intervene in ways that will bring about the greatest blessing. At times, my timing puzzles you because it does not match your immediate desires, but rest assured that I see the entire tapestry of eternity, weaving threads that your eyes cannot yet see. Trust that my plans for you are always good, even if they do not align perfectly with your own expectations in this fleeting moment. Like a seed buried in darkness before it sprouts toward the sun, you too may be in a season of waiting or obscurity. But this does not mean I have forgotten you. It means that I am nurturing growth beneath the surface, preparing you for a marvelous unveiling when the moment is right. Hold fast to hope during these times, for I have promised never to abandon you, and my word never fails. In your struggles, I call you to cultivate perseverance and to refine your faith in the fires of adversity, much like gold is purified in intense heat. Though the process is uncomfortable and can feel overwhelming, it removes impurities that would otherwise limit your ability to shine in the fullness of my purpose for you. So do not be discouraged by setbacks or failures. Instead, see them as stepping stones that draw you nearer to me, for in the places of greatest weakness, you have the opportunity to experience my power more profoundly. I take no delight in your suffering, my child, but I do take delight in seeing your spirit grow resilient, your love grow deeper, and your hope shine brighter despite the storms. Remember that I am the same God who led my people through the Red Sea, who fed them manna in the wilderness, who shut the mouths of lions, and who raised the dead to life. Surely I am powerful enough to guide you through the challenges of your daily life. Therefore, hold on to my promises, because even when you struggle to believe in yourself, you can rest knowing that I believe in the destiny I have set within you. I know the loneliness that creeps in when you feel misunderstood by those around you, or when your cries for help seem to go unnoticed by friends or family. But child, I see you clearly, and you are never truly alone, for my Spirit dwells with you to comfort and guide you at every twist and turn. Remember that many of my greatest servants felt abandoned or rejected at some point, from Joseph in the pit to Elijah in the wilderness. Yet I sustained them in their isolation and eventually exalted them in due season. In the same way, I am preparing you to rise above this season of hardship, equipping you with spiritual insight and inner strength that you will one day use to uplift others who walk a similar path. Do not be ashamed of your pain, and do not hide your wounds, because when you surrender them to me, they become testimonies of grace that can spark hope in a world longing for light. Even in your darkest hour, hold on to the unwavering truth that I am the God who sees you and redeems every heartache, transforming it into a beacon of redemption that points directly back to my heart. Therefore, my cherished child, cling to the assurance that I understand every trial, empathize with every tear, and respond to every petition, whether the answer arrives swiftly or through a season of waiting. Embrace the reality that suffering does not separate you from my love. Rather, it can serve as the crucible where your faith is strengthened and your character is refined. Keep walking forward step by step with the knowledge that I walk beside you. And when you feel too weak to continue, I will carry you through to the next chapter of your story. You do not need to fear what tomorrow might bring, because I am already there, shaping your path and preparing you to overcome obstacles you cannot yet foresee. Accept the invitation to find rest in my presence, laying down every burden and taking up my promise that you are cared for, treasured, and fully known, no matter how arduous the journey. And so, let your heart be reassured. Your trials are not in vain, for I hold you securely, and I will surely bring forth victory in ways more marvelous than you can imagine. My beloved child, let me assure you in the strongest terms, I am your shield, your fortress, and your ever-present help in times of trouble, and there is no adversity too great for my protection to overcome. In the vast expanse of your journey, you may feel as though arrows of doubt, fear, and failure are flying your way from every direction. But I stand before you, intercepting each one with my powerful hand. Just as I spread my wings over those I love, sheltering them from the scorching sun and raging storms, so too do I extend my divine covering over you, ensuring that nothing can truly harm the essence of who you are in my sight. Though the mountains quake and the oceans roar, my promise remains unshakable. I am the same God who calmed the seas with a single word, and I can quiet every tempest in your life with my steadfast peace. So when the winds of this world blow fiercely against you, fear not, for my protection is not fragile. It is an unbreakable stronghold fortified by my love, which knows neither limit nor end. Do not doubt my watchful eye upon you, for I see every step you take and every trap set before you, and I am more than able to deliver you from each snare. In moments when you feel cornered, when the weight of responsibility or the bitterness of betrayal presses hard against your soul, trust that I am already orchestrating a rescue. Remember how I guarded Daniel in the lion's den, and how I stood with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, turning their plight into a miraculous testament of my power. The same God who led my people through walls of water and guided them by pillars of fire and cloud is the one who walks beside you even now. Thus, do not let discouragement have the final say. Instead, remember that my mighty hand is never too short to save, and my ear is never too dull to hear. Believe wholeheartedly in my readiness to come to your defense, for I take it upon myself to shield you, to guard your spirit from every assault the enemy may hurl your way, I also offer you a refuge that goes beyond physical safety, reaching into the depths of your heart and mind to provide rest and renewal. Picture a gentle harbor where weary ships find solace after battling the fierce waves of the open sea. That is the comfort I provide for your soul. When anxieties multiply within you, run swiftly to me and let my peace envelop you like a warm blanket on a cold night, reminding you that I am sufficient for every circumstance. Let your heart, which at times feels frayed by the worries of life, settle into the stronghold of my presence, where I speak words of reassurance that drive out fear. I am your loving Father, and I do not leave my children to fend for themselves in a ruthless world. Rather, I stand as your watchman, your guardian, and your unyielding safe place. Rest in this truth. Even if troubles swirl around you like a violent storm, my promise to protect and uphold you is as certain as the sunrise. Though I guard your steps, it does not mean you will never encounter hardships or face trials that test you. Instead, I invite you to witness how my protection can transform those moments from crushing defeats into platforms for my miraculous works. My child, I am the kind of God who delights in turning what the enemy means for evil into something that refines and blesses you in the end. Think of how Joseph was sold into slavery by his own brothers, yet through that betrayal, I positioned him to become a savior to his family and a vital instrument in preserving many lives. In your case, I am weaving a story that echoes my steadfast commitment to protect you, even if the path winds through valleys of darkness. Take comfort that I will not abandon you in those valleys. I will light the way forward and place my angels around you, ensuring that you reach the mountaintop that I have prepared for you. Furthermore, I promise to guide you in every decision, steering you clear of dangers you might not perceive on your own. Oftentimes, my protection comes in the form of closed doors or unexpected detours that prevent you from walking into harm's way. Trust that when I redirect you, it is because I see beyond the horizon, and I understand what your heart, limited by mortal perspective, cannot. Submit your plans and desires to me, allowing me to chart your course, for I have the map that shows every pitfall and every trap. Even in what appears to be a sudden disappointment, you can find my protective hand, gently turning you onto a new route that leads to greater blessings. When you feel the sting of a missed opportunity, be still and acknowledge that perhaps I am sparing you a heartache, giving you something far better in due time. When your heart yearns for clarity or safety, call upon my name, and I will not leave your prayers unanswered. Keep in mind that my help is not reserved solely for your moments of desperation. I also long to be your steadfast companion in the day-to-day details of life. Nothing is too trivial for my care, and no situation is too mundane for my intervention. Do not hesitate to seek my counsel on what you might consider minor matters, for I treasure every facet of your life. I desire to walk with you hand in hand, offering my guidance at every turn, and blessing you with wisdom that surpasses your understanding. Your burdens become lighter when you share them with me, and your victories become sweeter when you rejoice in my presence. I am here to shield you not only from catastrophes, but also from the subtle discouragements and anxieties that chip away at your joy. If you allow me, I will renew your mind daily, shining my light on each decision and guarding you from the fears that threaten to paralyze your spirit. I also promise to fight battles on your behalf that you cannot possibly win in your own strength. Take heart in the knowledge that there is a spiritual realm where forces of darkness conspire against you. Yet I am the Lord of hosts, commanding armies of angels who stand ready to defend you. This cosmic conflict is not for you to face alone. Indeed, it is I who take up the shield and sword, overthrowing every demonic agenda designed to undermine your peace or derail your destiny. When you feel an unexplainable heaviness or sense of turmoil, turn your focus to me and let my power scatter the darkness like dawn breaks the night. You do not need to fear the arrows by day or the terrors by night, for I have declared that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Embrace this assurance and let it spark confidence in your heart. For when I stand guard, your enemies crumble before my majesty. My dear child, let this reminder of my protection and help be an anchor for your soul, preventing you from drifting into despair when adversity arises. I am not a passive observer, indifferent to your struggles. I am actively involved, weaving my grace into every moment to ensure that the ultimate outcome aligns with my promises for you. In the very breath you breathe, I am sustaining you, offering you the strength to take one more step, to fight one more battle, to believe one more day, and to hope for a brighter tomorrow. When your spirit feels overwhelmed, whisper my name and watch as I bring calm to the chaos within and around you. Rejoice in the knowledge that the God who flung stars into the universe is intimately concerned with your welfare, standing guard to protect the treasure I formed you to be. Know that in my hands you are perfectly safe, and no foe can stand against my omnipotence. Therefore, my beloved, stand firm in this promise. I will not leave you defenseless, nor will I fail to rescue you when the storms rise. Keep your heart open to my leading, and place your trust in the one who has never lost a battle. Let your mind rest, knowing that you are covered under the shadow of my wings, tucked away in love so incomprehensible that even angels marvel at its breadth. Whenever your heart quivers with fear, lean on my presence, for I am near, ready to whisper words of comfort and to shelter you from the howling winds. My help is not a fleeting promise, but an eternal covenant, sealed by my steadfast character and fortified by the power of divine love. Step forward today and every day hereafter with confidence, for I surround you with a wall of protection that cannot be penetrated by the arrows of the enemy, and I am your mighty fortress, now and forevermore. My beloved child, I invite you now to take the most crucial step. Come to me in prayer, opening your heart fully and honestly, for I am eager to hear the whispers of your soul. Do not hesitate or wait for the perfect words, because I understand the language of your tears, your sighs, and your unvoiced longings more eloquently than any carefully composed phrase. Remember that prayer is not a performance you must master. Rather, it is the blessed communion of your spirit with mine, the exchange of love between a cherished creation and the Creator who delights in every moment you seek my presence. I encourage you to break down the walls of reservation and speak to me openly about your deepest fears, your loftiest dreams, and every emotion in between. Whether you pray with trembling or with tears, whether you speak with eloquence or in broken fragments, know that I, your God, listen intently to your heart's cry and respond with compassion and mercy beyond measure. Let go of the misconception that you must be faultless or sinless before you can approach me, because my arms remain wide open to you, regardless of the mistakes or missteps you have made. Recall how I welcomed the prodigal son, not with condemnation, but with rejoicing, clothing him in a robe and placing a ring upon his finger. I do the same for you each time you return to me, regardless of how far you have wandered. Confess your worries, your shortcomings, and the burdens that weigh upon your conscience, trusting that my forgiveness is offered freely, and that through honest prayer you can experience the cleansing of your soul. Surrender your striving and let my grace envelop your heart, allowing you to stand upright in the knowledge that you are redeemed and loved. Do not let guilt or shame hold you back. Instead, lift your eyes to me and discover anew the peace that surpasses all understanding, flowing from my throne of grace. Prayer, my child, is the gateway through which you invite my power and wisdom into the fabric of your life, enabling you to navigate even the most challenging circumstances with renewed hope. In the same way a branch stays alive by remaining connected to the vine, So your life flourishes when you remain connected to me through constant, humble communication. Make prayer your first response rather than your last resort, recognizing that it is not merely a ritual, but a dynamic relationship that strengthens your faith. When the pressures of life threaten to overwhelm you, pause, breathe, and call upon my name, remembering that I am your refuge and strong tower. When uncertainty about the future grips your heart, share your concerns with me, inviting me to guide your steps and calm your anxieties. Do not underestimate the power of even the simplest "help me" or "lead me," for each plea is carried straight to my heart, prompting me to move mightily on your behalf. In return, I will grant you the discernment and clarity you need to walk forward in confidence, knowing that you are aligned with my perfect will. Trust is the other side of this call to action. For what good is prayer if you do not then trust in my response, my timing, and my methods? In so many instances, I have revealed my faithfulness throughout history, yet human hearts are prone to forgetfulness, doubting whether I will act in their current predicament. Child, let me reassure you that I am the same God who led the Israelites out of bondage, who provided manna in the wilderness, and who has proven my love through the cross. I call on you to place your life with all its intricate details into my hands, believing that I will never forsake you or lead you astray. Trust means releasing the need to control every outcome, accepting that my ways are higher than your ways, and allowing me to unfold the blueprint I have designed for your life. When you worry that events are not happening swiftly enough, remember that I do not delay out of indifference, but rather work all things together at the appointed time for your good and my glory. This is the essence of faith, surrendering your need to see every piece of the puzzle and embracing the reality that I hold it all in my sovereign hand. I invite you to bring even your uncertainties, your dreams, and your unresolved questions before me, for true prayer does not shy away from honesty. Ask, and you shall receive. Seek, and you shall find. In those profound promises, you discover my openness to your petitions. Sometimes my response will be, yes, granting you the desires aligned with my will. Sometimes my response will be, no, preventing you from stepping into harmful situations or forging plans that would derail my greater purpose for you. Other times I will say, wait, because some blessings require a period of preparation, growth, or divine orchestration before they can fully manifest. Regardless of the answer, trust that my reply is always rooted in unsearchable love and unfathomable wisdom. When you listen closely in prayer, you will sense my gentle guidance, prompting you to rest secure in my arms while I work behind the scenes, making a way where none appears to exist. Furthermore, prayer is not limited to moments of crises or needs. It should also be a joyful celebration of gratitude, an outpouring of praise for who I am and for what I have done. In your communion with me, remember to lift songs of thanksgiving for even the simplest blessings. Fresh air in your lungs, a sunrise that illuminates the morning sky, a friend who supports you in trying times. This posture of gratitude transforms your perspective, helping you see my fingerprints in every chapter of your life. When you cultivate a thankful heart, your spirit becomes more attuned to my presence, more aware of the ways I intervene and guide you every day. Delight in me and watch as I pour out joy unspeakable, renewing your strength and sustaining your hope. Let your prayers be filled with wonder at my majesty and tenderness, for I delight in your adoration, just as I delight in answering your supplications. Let me also encourage you to pray, not only for yourself, but also for those around you, because in so doing, you participate in my desire to bless and uplift every soul. Intercede for your loved ones, your community, and even for those who have wronged you, trusting that my love can soften the hardest hearts and transform the bleakest situations. Praying for others expands your capacity to love, aligning your heart with mine and teaching you how to see people through eyes of mercy rather than judgment. This act of selfless prayer leads to miracles beyond what you can fathom, because my power is released in fresh ways when my children unite their hearts in compassionate petition. By turning your focus outward, you mirror my own desire to reach the lost, heal the hurting, and restore the broken. Through your faithful intercession, you become an active participant in my redemptive plan for humanity, reflecting my grace and mercy to a world in desperate need of hope. Yet for all the importance of prayer, it remains incomplete without trust. Trust that my words are true, that my character is steadfast, and that my power surpasses every trial. When doubts arise and your circumstances contradict what you believe, return to the stories of old where I worked wonders, recall the personal testimonies of my faithfulness in your own life, and let these reflections rekindle your confidence in my unchanging nature. Understand that my sovereignty encompasses both triumphs and tribulations, and that my grace is always sufficient no matter how daunting the struggle. Foster an unwavering hope in the knowledge that I, your loving Father, have already conquered the world, and that no storm is stronger than the one who walks upon the waves. Let your prayers, therefore, be saturated with the expectancy that I do hear you, I do answer, and I do stand ready to pour out blessings as you align your heart with mine. So today I urge you, take the step of faith, bow your head, and speak to me like a trusting child talks to a loving parent. Share your victories, your failures, your dreams, and your burdens. Lean into my wisdom when you lack clarity, and drink deeply from the well of my peace when the noise of the world becomes deafening. Allow me to shape your heart, refine your desires, and transform your circumstances through the wondrous gift of prayer. Put aside distractions, silence the clamors of doubt, and rest in the reality that the King of all creation bends low to listen intently whenever you call. I am here, my precious one, always attentive, always ready, always longing to shower you with my grace. Embrace this divine dialogue and discover anew the depth of love and guidance that only I can provide, for in prayer and trust, you will find the anchor that holds firm when all else shifts beneath your feet, and the door to a life enriched by my presence swings wide open for you to enter in confidence. My beloved child, let me infuse your spirit with hope, for I have prepared a future more glorious than you can envision, and I yearn for you to approach each new day with expectant joy. Though the present may feel uncertain, trust that I see beyond the fleeting shadows of this moment, and my plans for you stretch into an eternity shaped by my boundless love. Just as a gardener nurtures tiny seeds in darkness, waiting for the perfect time when they break through the soil to bask in radiant sunlight, I am nurturing hidden growth within you, even when circumstances appear bleak. Understand that a breakthrough is often born from seasons of stillness and waiting, and during these times I am strengthening your roots, so that when the moment of fruition arrives, you will stand firm and unshakable. Do not let impatience or discouragement uproot the seeds I have planted in your heart. Rather, water them with faith and guard them with trust, allowing my hand to do its silent yet powerful work. I see the yearning within you for a life of deeper meaning and impact, and I want you to know that these desires align with my own heart, for I created you to flourish in the destiny I designed. Take courage in the knowledge that I do not call you to a life of emptiness or futility, but to one overflowing with significance, shaped by my perfect wisdom and fueled by my limitless grace. As you move forward, keep your gaze fixed on my promises, promises that transcend human limitations and continue to stand even when everything else around you crumbles. Remember how Abraham believed for a child in his old age, how Moses led a nation to freedom against all odds, how David rose from a humble shepherd to a king of renown, Each testimony declares that I can accomplish the impossible in and through those who place their unwavering trust in me. Therefore, do not confine your hopes to the boundaries of human reason. Instead, lift your eyes to my capacity to do exceedingly more than you can ask or imagine. When your path seems steep and the destination hidden by clouds of doubt, hold fast to the truth that I am shaping you for far-reaching impact. The gifts, talents, and passions I have sown within you are no accident. They are keys designed to unlock doors that stand before you. What seems like an impassable wall may simply be a threshold to a higher calling, a call for you to lean more deeply on me and discover reserves of courage you did not know you possessed. Do not allow the voices of negativity, whether from others or from your own fears, to stifle the vision I have placed in your heart. The enemy would like nothing more than to convince you that your aspirations are too grand or your limitations too significant. Yet I, your God, delight in using the unlikely, the overlooked, and the underqualified to display my glory. If you remain obedient to my guidance, you will see mountains move, seas part, and new horizons open, revealing the power that flows through a soul fully yielded to me. As you dream boldly, but also remain sensitive to the gentle leading of my Spirit, for I will guide you step by step, illuminating the path of righteousness under your feet. In this journey, faith and patience work hand in hand, and sometimes the road to fulfillment takes unexpected twists and turns. When a door closes or a plan falters, do not rush to despair, for I may be redirecting you toward a path of even greater blessing. Keep your heart pliable in my hands, and you will find that what appears to be a setback can be a divine setup for a destiny far beyond your current view. Embrace detours with a spirit of surrender, always returning to me in prayer, and you will develop the resilience necessary to fulfill the calling etched into your soul. Your story is not over, and I am far from finished with you, so press on with anticipation, believing that I, who began a good work in you, will be faithful to complete it. Nurture the flame of hope within you by surrounding yourself with my promises, cultivating an atmosphere of worship, and seeking fellowship with those who encourage you to stand firm in faith. Together, you and I will turn obstacles into opportunities, weaving even your greatest struggles into the fabric of an inspiring testimony that reflects my grace. Remember that my Spirit within you is an ever-present source of guidance, comfort, and power, and as you rely on Him, you will find the strength to climb mountains of responsibility, walk through valleys of sorrow, and remain standing on every battlefield of your life. Let not your heart be troubled by the critics or shaken by the storms that rage, for your mission is to remain faithful to the vision I have entrusted to you. Keep pressing on, step by step, day by day, because in every moment you choose faith over fear, you put yourself in a position to witness my glory unfold in ways that will astound both you and those around you. Moreover, I implore you to maintain a heart of service and compassion even as you set your sights on the future. Greatness in my kingdom is not measured by worldly standards of power or achievement, but by the depth of your love for me and for those around you. When you offer a helping hand to the weary, speak encouragement to the downtrodden, or sacrifice your comfort to bring joy to others, you reveal my own heart of service. Your willingness to serve can unlock doors that ambition alone cannot open, for true influence in my eyes rests on humility and generosity of spirit. So, as you pursue your dreams, keep your eyes attuned to the needs of others, trusting that I will guide you to the exact moments where your compassion can bring transformation and hope. This dual focus, looking ahead to the future while caring for those I place in your path, will anchor you in the reality that you are called not just to personal fulfillment, but to be a vessel through which I pour out my goodness on a hurting world. Be assured, my child, that I have already assigned angels to protect and guide you, and my spirit never ceases to whisper directions in the quiet recesses of your soul. When doubt arises and fear knocks at your door, remember that you can choose to answer instead with faith, praising me for the victory that is yet to be seen. This act of praise amid uncertainty is a powerful declaration that you trust in my sovereignty rather than the shifting sands of circumstance. Stand firm, for you are not alone in this journey. The entire host of heaven stands behind my word, ensuring that it shall not return void. Let your heart be steadfast, unwavering like a tree planted by streams of water, nourished by the living flow of my love, bearing fruit in the proper season. If you hold fast to my promises, no storm will uproot you, and no drought will scorch the life that I have placed within you. Therefore, look ahead with confidence, for I am the one who holds your future securely, and I do not plan harm for you, but a hope that endures. My blessings are not meager or uncertain. They overflow like a river of abundance, inviting you to step deeper into the current of my favor. Remember that your future is tethered not to the whims of chance, but to the steady hand of a loving Father who orchestrates all things for the good of those who love me. Even the obstacles you encounter can become stepping stones, lifting you to a vantage point from which you will see how every thread in your journey, both bright and dark, weaves together into a tapestry of redemption and purpose. Walk boldly, therefore, listening for my voice and following where I lead, for each new dawn brings you closer to the fulfillment of promises forged in the fires of eternity and sealed by my unbreakable word. Embrace this assurance with joy in your heart, for I am at work in your present, sowing seeds of blessing that will flourish in your tomorrow. Let your hope be a beacon, shining not only for your own path, but for others who wander in darkness. As you live in expectancy, you display my character to a world often starved of hope, and through your example you can spark the flames of faith in many hearts. Stand on my word, trust my goodness, and look forward with a holy anticipation, for the best chapters of your story are still unfolding under my authorship. Cherish the truth that I hold time itself in my hand, and I have tailored the perfect season for every blessing meant for you. When you reach those moments, you will marvel at my timing, declaring that I have done all things well. In that confidence, keep stepping forward, my precious one, knowing that the future shines brightly under my watchful care, and I will guide you from glory to glory until your faith becomes sight and all of my promises stand fulfilled before your very eyes. My beloved child, as we reach the close of this message, let me remind you that my love for you is an unending wellspring, a deep reservoir from which you can draw strength day after day. You are not alone in this vast world, for I walk beside you, guiding your steps, hearing your prayers, and soothing the wounds that no human eye can see. Even when doubt whispers that all is lost, cling to the unwavering truth. I have claimed you as my own, and I will never let you wander beyond my reach. My affection for you is not fickle but steadfast, anchored in the eternal covenant of grace that triumphs over every failure, every sorrow, and every fear. Carry these promises with you, lifting your head when circumstances press you down, and reminding your heart that I have conquered all darkness. Let hope rise in you like the dawn, illuminating your path and unveiling new mercies with each sunrise. I bless you, precious one, and I bless your household, vowing to remain your fortress and your peace. Do not be afraid of tomorrow, for I have already paved the way, filling it with opportunities for growth, moments of joy, and abundant miracles waiting to be discovered. Step forward in faith and embrace the journey with expectancy, because the best is truly yet to come, and I will be right by your side now and forevermore.